Hey there, it's Kathy, and you're watching Design It Yourself TV, the place to learn how to create marketing tools that will get your business noticed. And today, we're going to learn exactly how to create a business card from scratch, even if you have no experience and without Photoshop. I'll be teaching you how to create this simple business card from scratch. Okay, so let's begin. Go ahead and open a browser and go to pixlr.com. Once you're there, go ahead and click on the editor. You'll see a menu exactly like this. Then click on Open Image from Computer. Now don't worry, I've added a link below where you could download the exact image that I'm opening right now. This is called the business card template. It's important because it has the safe zone, the trimming zone, and the bleed zone, which is very important when you're printing a business card. More on that later. Once you've done that, go ahead and click on New Layer. We do that so we don't accidentally mess up the business card layer. Now click on the drawing tool and drag it from the top left to the bottom right, creating a box like this. Now it's black. I'm going to go ahead and change the color because our business card is going to be white. So I'm going to click on this, change it to white, click on that, click on the fill tool, click in the canvas, and it should turn white. Now notice that we're no longer able to see the business card template. I want to change that, so I'm going to go ahead and change the opacity or the transparency of the new layer by doing this. Then I want to go ahead and create a new layer. Then click on my drawing tool again and click on, drag it from the left to the right, creating a box similar to this. Now if you notice on our business card sample, this box was blue, so I'm going to go ahead and change this to blue. Okay, now just to let you know, the standard dimension for a printed business cards are about 3.5 to 2 inches. That's the finished card size. Because cutting may vary ever so slightly, it's a good idea to keep all the information and valuable text and logo information within the safe design zone, which is specified in the business card template. That's why it's important to make sure that we still see that. Okay, it's blue now. I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer for the title of the employee in this business card. Click on the drawing tool. Create another bar like so, from dragging it from the left to the right. And then click on a new layer again because I want to create a box where we're going to place our QR code. Okay, I think that's big enough. I'm going to go ahead and import it. Don't worry, if you don't have a QR code, I'm going to show you a website where you could get it absolutely free. QR code is like this. So to do this, you're going to want to go to qrcode.kwa.com. I'm not even sure if I pronounced that right, but the website looks like this. Here you're able to create a URL, a text, a phone number, SMS, or contact. I'm using URL for mine, so I typed in the website, clicked on generate, and it generated for me already. I already have it and I downloaded the PNG, so I'm not going to download it again. For you, that's how you create it. So back to our training. Once you have your QR code, you want to go ahead and open it. Then click on Control A to select all and Control C to copy it. Then click on our original canvas, which is your business card. Click on the cursor and then Control V to paste it. You could then move it using your cursor to fit inside your box like this. We want to go ahead and resize the black box, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm clicked on that layer because right now it's a little too big. So I'm gonna click on this layer because it's that for that particular black box. And if you notice, now you should be able to resize it like this. Okay, now I just want to center it so that way it looks good and it doesn't look all out of place. Okay, now I'm still not satisfied with its location, so I'm gonna use my cursor to bring it down a little bit more. Click on the layer of the QR code and bring that one down more so it's in the middle. Perfect. Now I'm going to click on my text tool, type out the name. Now I want this to be white, so I'm going to change the color to white, okay, and change the font to make it a little bit more thicker. Let's see what font we have here. Okay, I think I'll use that. And then change the font size. There you go. Use my cursor to move it. That way it's center. Create a new layer, click on text again, type in the title of the employee. Let's see here. Okay, office manager is what I'll use. I need this white again. Change the font to something smaller. Use my cursor to bring it down. I don't think I like this font, so I'm going to change it to this. Okay, make the font smaller. There you go, much better. Now we're going to go ahead and create the business card info. So click on your text tool, make sure your font is black, and I'm going to go ahead and type an address. 1234 Summer Avenue in some city, California. Click OK. Now I want this a little smaller, so I'm going to go back, open it up, make it smaller. Perfect. Okay, now you could click anywhere on the canvas and it should already create a new layer for you. So go ahead and type in a phone number, click OK. Just move this here so you can see it. Click a type a fax number, click OK. And then your cell phone number. Go ahead and click OK. Use your cursor so you could move them accordingly. Just make sure you're on the right layer so that way you're moving the exact one that you want to move. This, click on this layer. There you go, perfect. Okay, click on your text again so that way we could put in the email address at mydomain.com. Perfect. And then click on the canvas again and you just move this. Okay, now put in the website. Perfect. And then go ahead and move it so that way everything's aligned. Now I want to go back to the layer where I changed the opacity and change it to 100 so you can see exactly how it looks like without the guide in the back. Now the fun part, creating those little icons you could use for your business card. Okay, I just go to Google and I Google business icons PNG. And you want to make sure they're PNG, that means they have a transparent background. There's a whole bunch of them that you could use. Make sure that you have authorization to use them or that they're free. You could also go to dryicons.com. There's a whole bunch of them that you could download there too. I've already picked out the ones that I'm going to use, so I won't be downloading anything. But if you want the ones that I am using, feel free to email me so I could send you over those copies, okay? So let me go ahead and just grab them. I believe there's 6. Let's see, this one, the cell phone, Earth, and the telephone. Let me go ahead and open that. Now you're going to notice each one of them are going to open. If you notice, their background is transparent. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to Control A, Control C, which means I selected all in a copy, and then I'm going to Control V on my original canvas. And then I'm going to go ahead and resize it. I've already showed you how you're able to do that, so you should know already. I'm going to go ahead and resize it to itty bitty size, like this. And then use the cursor to drag it next to my telephone number, which is this one. Okay, just click yes. I'm then gonna make sure I click on the right layer and move the phone number so that way it's not being covered by the telephone. When you're doing this, when you're moving things around, just make sure you're clicking on the right layer so that way you don't accidentally move something else. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna move that there. Okay, now the address doesn't look right, so I'm gonna go ahead and look for the address layer. When you're looking for a layer, the layer should say the exact same thing as what's on your canvas. In this case, it's the address. So this is the address, this is the one I want to move. I'm just gonna click on that layer and then move it a tad bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move this a little bit so I could see the rest of the images. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out because I've already used it and I don't want to have a lot of files open. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Control A, Control C, and then Control V. I'm going to go ahead and resize this. Perfect. Okay, there you go. Use my cursor to move it to this one I'm going to use for my website. So, oops, we don't want that. If that happens, you could just go to Control Z or Edit. Or actually, if it tells you to do that, just hit no. I'm going to resize it again. There you go. And then move it to the website like so. I think I need to make it a little smaller. Perfect. Okay. Just click yes. Then I need to move it down. Right now I'm just using my arrow keys to move it. Okay, I'm gonna close this because I've already used it. Say no. Okay, this one, Control A, Control C, and then Control V. We're gonna resize this as well. Now, cell phone, because typically you want to put that on the first one because that's usually your cell phone number. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cell phone over there. Okay, close this one. Just keep doing that until you get all your images in place, and then don't worry about rearranging it. We'll do that later. Control A, Control C, and then click on my canvas, Control V. Again, I'm going to go ahead and resize this. Drag it over here where the address is at. Okay, just click yes. Now, if you notice, the address is being covered, so I'm just going to look for the layer of the address, which is this, and just going to move it so that it's not being covered. There you go. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this. No, I don't want to save it. Okay, now this is the fax. Control A, Control C, click on my canvas, Control V. I'm going to resize it and drag it to my fax number. Again, my fax number is being covered, so I simply click on that layer. Yes. And move it. By now, you should be learning different techniques that you could apply to create your own business cards, okay? So, let's see the student. Control C, resize it to small size. Now, these techniques, it could be used for any type of business card designs that you want to create. It doesn't need to be this in particular, but you could use the same technique in creating other designs you want. Just move this here. Okay, now I need to move my email. Just click yes because I do want it resized. Find my email layer, and then I need to move it. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, let me go ahead and move it. Find my email layer, and I need to move that. There you go. Now I'm just gonna realign that. And the cell phone number. You want to make sure everything is aligned, okay? Let's see here. Website, make sure I align that as well, or move it because I think it's a little too close to the email address. Okay. Now, right now I'm looking for the globe, but since I can't find it, you could uncheck the little boxes next to the layer and it'll tell you exactly which one that you're looking for because it'll disappear. At least that's a technique I use to easily find the layer I'm looking for. Okay. Perfect. Okay, I like it. And we're done. We just go back to the first layer, change the opacity into 100 so we could see exactly how our business card looks like. And you did it. You created your first business card without using Photoshop. If this is the first time, congratulations. Now you could use the exact same tools or the exact same techniques that we used to create the front to create your back. Let me go ahead and save my work first. I'm going to save it on my desktop so I could easily access it. And we are done. So this is how it looks. Below, I will include a link where you could download all the necessary files. If I miss anything, be sure to email me. And if you want to go ahead and send your business card for print, I also include a link below where you could order it at a special price. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about how to create resources to get your business noticed, be sure to visit us at our website at ibrandgo.com. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video.